the effect of the internet has warped this society, and it's made people forget who they are. And we've kind of sat back for too long and watched it unfold. I would say for me, I lost interest in television. I lost interest in media. I lost interest in, the websites. I've lost interest in everything. I'll be honest with you. And the reason I say that is because everything's predictable. Ashley, Real Talk 24/7 knows what's around the corner, and so do I. We know that the government won't help the people. They won't govern the people, and they won't stop the illegal people coming to this country, the UK, the United Kingdom, illegally, because they're not interested. They just want to share how they're trying to protect the kids. That's all their angle is. Yeah, who's that prick that you don't like? The Prime Minister of the country. Oh, that prick. The one that said we gotta have there's this guy in the government that says we gotta have artificial intelligence. That they've been pushing it. I'm like, what a load of shit. Listen, if you wanted it, you would have had it a long time ago, but you didn't. And you ain't gonna get it now. Not with me around, okay? You're gonna have to offer me out for a 1v1, and then you won't even have a chance. You ain't gonna make it to your office, bro. You ain't gonna make it to your office. You're gonna be at home. You're gonna be in your bed. And you're going to be thinking to yourself, why did I challenge him? Why did I challenge him? Why am I sitting in the government? Why am I telling the people, the good people of the United Kingdom, of the world, whoever's listening to this video, why am I pushing artificial intelligence on them? Why am I trying to lecture their kids when they're not even my kids? Exactly. I will make you submit. I will make you tap out. They're going to start laughing now, bro. I don't give a fuck. They need to be told. So many people out here will dodge accountability because they think they can. And they got the balls. Wow. That'd be a compliment if they had any. Oi! Oi! It'd be a compliment if they had any, He's still here. He's still telling them straight. Seriously. I don't know where we're at, bro. I honestly don't. We're in 2025. It's December. It's nearly Christmas. And I got no words, I really don't. This Online Safety Act, this censorship is real, bro. And they're just going to keep lying to the people. And that's what they do. There was a government shutdown in America. I don't know much about American politics. I don't know much about UK politics. I don't know much about foreign politics. I don't know much about conflict. I don't know much about war. And people go okay, if you don't know what you're talking about, then shut the fuck up. No, the reason I have to make this video, and this is going to be the last part in this, is because kids need to understand that they shouldn't have access to social media. That's my angle. I didn't, and they shouldn't either. And I think where I was transitioning into it, if I could go back and undo being glued to social media, watching videos, watching Grand Theft Auto, not putting time into something real, not training when I could have. I could have trained more. I could have met Josh McCarthy. I could have been walking more with him. I could have got to know him a little more. Those are my regrets. And it always comes down from the camaraderie. I don't care about the bitches. I don't care about OnlyFans. I don't care about websites. I don't care about all this international conflict. I don't care about war in foreign countries. I think they're disgusting. And I think our kids, not mine, yours. I think they should be brought up to know it's wrong. I think hatred and resentment, bitterness towards the society is just, it's negative. It's a negative perception to have. Oh, you're going to go out in the world and you're just going to hate on people. I never wanted to touch on misogyny. And that goes, and not just on women, but on men as well. You could be a misogynist to men. You could try and belittle them and put them down for standing up for women's rights. I suppose you can. But I like to put misogyny in the same bracket as fascism, because that's how fascism becomes a movement. There is no fascism without misogyny. You have to, and not just to talk down to women, but to talk down to men too, to kind of have that authority over them. I think it's disgusting. I think we live in a day and age where you shouldn't be trying to blow smoke at people. You shouldn't be trying to throw shame on people until you have your own life in order. Then you should be out there working hard on yourself. You should be paying your bills. You should be thinking, you know what, I got a family to provide for, but they won't ever, because it's not a life of I don't even know. Satisfaction. But can I even call it that? Hold on. Can I even call it that, right? Satisfaction. I don't even know what I'm saying here. You know what I mean? No, but it's like when you're satisfied, but you're not satisfied, and you're happy, but you're not happy, and you have one of those relationships, but you don't. It's not a relationship. It's one of those things where you want to play with people. It's like, I don't believe in that. I don't buy into that nonsense. And you got people out here that are willing to. That's why Andrew's got subscribers. That's why that cunt. Nah, I'm not calling him Andrew. Fuck Andrew. I'm calling him cunt. And from now on, I'm going to refer to him as a cunt. A piece of shit. I'm going to go back to 2017. I'm going to bring him back. I'm going to bring him back. Because I'm sick and tired of this shit, man. I'm sick and tired of this fascism. I'm sick and tired of these cunts. I'm sick and tired of them standing up and saying, you know what? We don't care about the people. Fuck you. We don't care about you. We don't care about you. Fuck you. Get out of here, bitch. We don't care. We don't want it no more. Yeah. If I don't see results in 2026... something's going to be done. Something's going to happen. I'm going to kick off. And you're going to know all about it, bro. You're going to hide. And you're going to hide indoors because of what I'm going to do. But this is the kind of energy we need. We just need to stand up to these pricks and show them who the fucking... I swear, I'm angry, bro. I'm angry, bro. I've never been this angry in my life. But tell a lie, 2024. But that was over a different reason. I'm sick of this generation, bro. I'm sick of this hate. I'm sick of this division. I'm sick of this hatred. You know? I'm sick of this genocide. I'm sick of this fascism. You know, we can't censor these words. These kids need to know what this is. You know, kids should not have social media. Kids should not be watching politics. Kids should not be watching these websites. Kids should not feel rejected by their family to actually have to have it. They should be, you know what? We're skateboarding, we're BMXing, we're dirt biking, we're skiing, we're rollerblading, we're fishing, we're footballing. Whatever it is that you want to do, get that dopamine off that sport, right? Get in the gym. You know, if I could quote anyone, I would quote Brother Lucas, who's more of a Christian than most of these blokes, and I respect him. You know, my message to the young viewers out there would be, get in the gym. You know, forget all the bullshit. Just turn it off. Turn it off and get in the gym. You know, download the music. You know, go back to the MP3 players. Build your muscle, build your lifestyle, build your family, you know. Say, you know what? It's not about me rejecting a relationship. It's about me accepting God and accepting my life and putting myself first. And I will respect you. I will never look down on you. I will never judge you. You're real and practical. You don't need to go out into the world and hate on people. You don't need to hate on me. You don't need to get me blacklisted. You can be a strong one. You can be the one, right? You don't need to take shots at me, and you don't need to, cause all this commotion. You can just say, you know what? I know what I gotta do. Because you can be a leader. You can lead by example. And I don't see enough people doing it because they are so desensitized by this nonsense. We've come up to a point in our society where people have TikTok brain. It's become a thing. Brain rot is a thing, you know? They just have to sit there and be, subjected to this nonsense. They have to listen to these guys. What the fuck do they know? What do they know about a relationship? They don't even know anything about their own relationships. They don't. I'm not going to sit here, even if I had been in several relationships and they all failed. I'm not going to come out here and try and give you advice. The fuck do I know? We all have different preferences, different perspectives. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and lecture you. What I will do, though, is I will say, you know what? Going forward, I don't want to see it no more. So my advice going forward is the adults need to step up. The adults need to push the government, press them, and call them out. Let's start with the United Kingdom, because I'm here. And the only way I will ever watch the news again is if they fix the government. But until that time comes, I'm just boycotting them. We fix the system. We build democracy. We remind the people that they matter. You know, regardless of how I feel about you or not, we're in this fight together, and we will bring it back. And, you know, I don't buy into censorship. You know, if you don't like what I say, you can leave, but I'm not wrong, you know. And in the words of Brando, someone I've been listening to, human decency. Let's bring that back. Yeah. I wholeheartedly think that there's a lot of things that we need to do going forward, and there's a message that needs to be spread, and honestly, I will channel that character for you. I will say everything that you won't say, because you want to make your videos, you want to get off on these, you know, OnlyFans creators, and that's okay, each to their own, but I'm not there, you know what I'm saying? To make a video on them, to make them feel special. You know what? If I ever had the opportunities, this is the thing. I don't want to make a video on the government because I can't stand them. I don't want to make a video on OnlyFans creators because I can't stand them. And they know why. And what else? I can't like on this, like on these, what are I wouldn't even refer to them as influencers. Can I call them cringe? Yeah, I want to call them cringe. So the guy that goes, you're broke, poor, whatever, right? I'm not gonna channel the POS, right? I'm just gonna say this. I don't know who you are, and I don't care. I never knew who you were. I never cared who you were. And you know what? If you fall, no one's gonna care, bro. Probably, you know what? If any of these creators do fall, someone will probably stand up and try and fill in for them. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, why? You know? Like, we're all gonna go down eventually. We're all gonna go down, you know? It's just, I want to go down in history, but I want to be on the right side of history.